Welcome back to Tyler's Retro Reviews with your host, Tyler Harder, and also I got some new glasses, which you can't see right now. And also, why is my hair like this? Well, it's in a point because it's fucking heat wave outside. And I'm not talking about ECW heat wave, which I probably will do one of them probably later on. But, okay, we're almost done with the month of June. Next week's video review on here, but that's next week. We're going to talk about Money in the Bank 2014. This show, I'm not going to lie to you, it sucked. Like, this might be one of the worst shows of 2014, but then again, Royal Rumble with the the WWE in 2014. Yeah, not a good time for WWE. Look at what we're doing right now with Triple H involved, and look at this. Night and day. This show was right before I talk about the show, but anyway, June 29th, almost 10 years ago, but for all the wrong reasons, at the TV Garden Arena in Boston, Massachusetts. Before I talk about this, so right after Payback, which I probably will do that at some point next year, because I have my review schedule on this channel busy, because next week's Great American Bash, and then in July it'll be 2 WCW reviews. I won't tell you what those will be after Great American Bash 4 review next week. Batista's, after that disastrous Royal Rumble return, give us the I understand and I quit. And it does this. Which is funny. But then later in that on that Raw, Seth Rollins did the unthinkable, and that broke up the Shield. At the time, I didn't like this, but now looking back, we'll talk about this again by next week's Great American Bash the 4 review. It was needed. Because if they went on a little longer, it would have been like the NWO in 1999. So I understand the decision, because they want to make Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Dean Ambrose on their own, basically. And again, if they would have went on a little longer, it would have been like the NWO in 1999. So, I understand the decision they made. Also, the then WWE champion, I know the belts were unified, a huge mistake, which keep the belts, the world and tag titles separated, please, because the biggest pet peeve of mine, if you're gonna do a brand split, I know this was 2 years before they brought back the brand split, you should have 2 world champions and 2 tag team champions, and 2 women's champions also. The then WWE champion Daniel Bryan had to relinquish the title because of neck injuries. Because he won in that overrated WrestleMania. I'm sorry. A lot of people say WrestleMania 30 was great. This is a hot take. That show is overrated, in my opinion. And no, it's not because Brock Lesnar broke the streak, because this was a few months after this. And also, this was during the whole Brie Bella and Stephanie McMahon program for SummerSlam, which they had a backstage conversation, and one of these security guards is future World Heavyweight Champion Damian Priest. Yes, the current World Heavyweight Champion was a security guard 10 years ago. Keep your eyes on these guys, because you may know these guys will become wrestlers someday. Regardless. Regardless. Um, Also, this was the first Money in the Bank pay-per-view to be on the WWE Network. I prefer that over Peacock, but whatever. I mean, it's still there on Peacock. In the United States, that is. Not everywhere else, unfortunately. Which is a good thing for you, but bad thing for me because of the fucking censorship. Regardless, let's get on to the pay-per-view. It's been 5 minutes and I hadn't talked about the whole show yet. And I really do not want to talk about this show, but I have to. For the first match, it's for the WWE Tag Team Championships. The Usos defeats Luke Harper and Eric Rowan of the Wyatt family to retain the Tag Team Championships. Man, I mean, the Usos match at WrestleMania against each other suck at WrestleMania 40. And then going back to 10 years ago, why did they have to split them up? It's almost as bad as a dumpster fire I'm going to talk about Sunday. But yeah, this was a great tag team championship match. And I was like, okay, maybe this show isn't going to be bad. Then I realized this is WWE in 2014. Not today. So yeah, 8 out of 10. This was a great match. And it made me sad to no longer see the Usos as a tag team. And they dropped the tag team titles, by the way, to the Steiner Brothers, which the reason why... There's an biography on the Steiner Brothers. The second reason why it was time for me to give them the tag titles. I know, action figures, I get it. But it's storytelling, basically. I'm doing with the action figures, basically. Whatever. Let's get on to the next match for the Divas Championship. How long will we have this belt for? 2 years? Yep. Paige defeats Naomi to retain the Divas Championship. 7 minutes is okay, but did not care. 4 out of 10. Yeah. And then the show went downhill before the next match. A random filler match. Adam Rose, nobody remembers him, defeats Damian Sandow, who is dressed up as fucking Paul Revere. This is a match on pay-per-view. And I felt sorry for referee Charles Robinson to officiate this match. The only thing funny about it was JBL ripping the shit out of that bunny. 0. Oh. Fuck this match. And then we get the Money in the Bank ladder match for a WWE Championship contract. Basically a briefcase, basically. This was the post right after the Shield broke up. Seth Rollins defeats Dean Ambrose, and I was like, where did these other people got in this match? Dolph Ziggler, ugh. Jack Swagger, Kofi Kingston, and Rob Van Dam, who I forgot he was back by the prior year, which, man, RVD's second run in WWE was forgettable. And it sucks to someone who's been a fan of Rob Van Dam, but this match was all about Seth Rollins winning Money in the Bank. I mean, Kane got involved, and I was like, this match is not fun at all. I mean, yes, there were ladders in it, but the only few people who were going to win this are Rollins or Ambrose. Well, Ambrose won it 2 years later. Seth won it here, and we don't know what's going to lead to Seth Rollins in his Money in the Bank contract. Heist of the Century, WrestleMania 31. Yeah. 7 out of 10. I'll give it. It was a good match, but half of these participants shouldn't. Whatever. And oh no! Don't tell me it's Cody Rhodes to start. Fuck! Cody Rhodes 10 years later was WWE champion, but 10 years later he was fucking Stardust. They defeat right back the fucking Goldberg ripoff and Curtis Axel as Rybaxel. I felt sorry for referee Chad Patton to officiate this match. Why? I'll give it a 1. You look at Cody Rhodes here, and then 10 years later he's fucking WWE champion. If you would have told me 10 years prior to his win, I would have said this is never gonna happen. Well, will be me. It happened. Cody Rhodes is way better as the American Nightmare than fucking Stardust. If you want to see my Wrestling Dumpster Fires video on that character, I did that last year. Rusev defeats Big E by submission. It's two big boys doing big boy things, but I didn't care about this match at all. I'll give it a 2. And then we get this. I was like, am I watching Money in the Bank or a random episode of Raw in 2014? Fandango is the special guest referee. Layla defeats Summer Rae. Who cares about this fucking match? 0. 3 minutes. It went. And then we get the main event. A ladder match for the vacated WWE Championship. Ships. Because there's 2 fucking belts. Because this was before they had the new belt. Which is the same belt, but with the new logo. Because this was right before they changed the logo. Right here. They still had the scratch logo, but about 2 months later they changed it to the one we see today. That's John Cena defeats Alberto Del fucking Rio. Bray Wyatt, Cesaro, Kane, Randy Orton, Roman Reigns, and Sheamus to win the vacated WWE Championship. This is similar to the Money in the Bank match, but worse. Originally, for Money in the Bank, it was supposed to be Daniel Bryan versus Kane in a, I want to say, the stretcher match or an ambulance match, one of the two. But we all know what happened with him because his neck injuries were too much and he had to vacate the title. But I thought he was going to vacate at Payback, but it didn't happen. So this match happened. There was a tease of a John Cena Roman Reigns match that didn't happen until No Mercy 2017 and SummerSlam 2021. And I knew John Cena was going to win this because Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt are not yet ready for that main event spot yet. RP to Bray Wyatt. Del Rio, fuck him. Sheamus was United States Championship. Cesaro was a mid-carder. And Randy Orton and Kane were just there. I give it a 6 out of 10. And John Cena, the only reason he won the WWE Championships was for him to get fed by Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. Yeah, that happened. Some point later next month, I'll do my best and worst of SummerSlam. And that's how Money in the Bank flows. This is a bottom tier Money in the Bank pay-per-view. It's up there with 2022, 2019, 2012, and 2017 I put on there too. This is I give this a 2.5 out of 10. I do not watch this show. I do not recommend this pay-per-view. It's one of the bottom tier Money in the Bank pay-per-views. With 2022, 2017, 2019, 2012, and yeah. And next week, Great American Bash 2004. The infamous Concrete Crib match and JBL's WWE title win. Oh boy. Tomorrow will be my SmackDown review. Saturday, I'll do... Oh my god, I forgot what the movie was called with the ducks and that. Saturday. And then Sunday, the Wrestling Dumpster Fires video on Last Call Scott Hall and the breakup of the Outsiders. Subscribe and click on notification bell on that one on my main channel. So, like this video, comment below, subscribe to this channel right here, and click the notification bell, and I'll see you for my SmackDown review tomorrow. Bye-bye.